Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. We're still on the press reaching live from the nation's capital, and now we'll be asking more questions from, of course, our national dailies this morning. And now let's move to Atiku. We are challenging the tribunal court, and with us still in the studio is Habib, Gajo, a public analyst. And now I'd like to ask you generally, before we went on the break, you were talking about the tribunal, of course, and you said it's normal for them to, of course, proceed to the Supreme Court. But now it looks
for justice.
For justice, of course,
because this is a judgment.
Because this is a judgment. And yesterday we had I had a guest on the polity, and he said the Supreme Court basically means pushing forward what you've seen at this present court that just released a verdict to Supreme Court. So does it look like we're going to expect something different from this Supreme Court, even if they proceed?
Yeah, hopefully, Atiku is on this for decades. Okay. You understand? He has been challenging election, and he's right. Okay. If you recall that in 2007, in 2006, 2007, then President Olusegun Obasanjo don't want Atiku to contest the election. They constituted a panel of inquiry. They used EFCC, INEC to disqualify him. He went to court. He challenges the EFCC, and it's not only him. Peter Odili, Al-Bashir, from so many governors, Arua, Senator Arua, most of them were disqualified by then EFCC and INEC. Atiku challenged that to Supreme Court. On the eve of the election, the Supreme Court make a pronouncement that nobody has a right to disqualify a candidate of a political party. Only a court of competent jurisdiction. You understand? He won that, and he participated in 2007 election. You understand? He has been doing that, and if you listen to him yesterday, he is going to court not because he will get the judgment and justice in his favor, but he is fighting for democracy. He is going to challenge the decision of appeal court. You understand? So that he want to bring a precedent, so that next election, next petition, tribunal will not be squashing evidences based on technicalities that even appeal the tribunal cannot defend. You understand? How can you disqualify all the witnesses? If you listen, PW that was not submitted on so date, that's technicalities. What they are asking, they didn't ask for technicalities, they asked for justice. You understand? That is why they will go to Supreme Court, so that tomorrow me and you cannot contest election and somebody will rig us out. Tribunal will say based on technicalities, based on the date and time that they struck out invalid and so on. That's not justice. You understand? Justice must be delivered. Justice must have been seen. You understand? So that is why Obi and Atiku are going to Supreme Court to demand justice for Nigerians voters and to correct the impression of the impression that INEC has, that they have the power, because INEC did not submit any result to tribunal. You understand? There is no evidences. In fact, they said it's a technical hitches, and the appeal court said, the tribunal said it's not binding on INEC to transmit the result. while he promised us almost 80 something times, and Festus Okoye to promise Nigerians 98 times.
Okay, well, some
they even went to Chatham House. Okay. I don't know why he can go to Chatham House and embarrass Nigeria like this. This is unfair. This is not justice. You understand? What SNB was saying, you know, sometimes in Nigeria you see things are happening. But when these ministers were given portfolios, we said it, that these people will fail. These people are not competent, more especially in defense. They are not competent. They are not. You can't be saying prayer. As in saying, we are always praying. Before you leave your house, you pray for yourself, you pray for Nigeria, you pray for your family, you pray for your safety. You understand? That's what we have been doing always, ages. But today somebody is saying that somebody who has gone and this thing will, you have to pray for him to drop the gun. While the person that is carrying the gun, no matter which religion he is, he's also praying to get a target.
All right, let's quickly take this call.
So the incompetency, the defense minister is giving signal that I will not perform in defense.
Okay.
So Tinubu need to take action, either to replace him or to change him. You understand? Or to remove him.
Okay, all right.
Let him take him where he is.
All right, let's quickly take this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, thank you for calling the press. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm calling from Oshogbo.
Okay, all right. Thank you for calling from Oshogbo. What's your name?
Mr. Lawal.
Okay, all right. Lawal, please join in on the conversation in 60 seconds.
Thank you.
All right.
When somebody asks you to pray,
okay,
he's telling us to pray for something.
Okay.
Now, the election have come and gone.
Okay.
And you people need to pray. Do you know the reason? Do you know why?
Why?
Thank you. When Atiku started destroying the South and is going to fight a war, he scatter house.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure we understand what you're getting at. Please, can you speak audibly?
I got what he's trying to say.
What I'm telling you is that
Atiku's speech.
now they are now crying after the Wahala. You need to reason and build your house together.
Okay.
Instead to come together, Obi and Atiku to fight Tinubu, they scatter. The scatter house cannot won election. Now they are now saying that the INEC did that. You yourself think it back. Any Atiku didn't plan for the election well. He will not allow Obi to go and join Labour Party. Now, the two of them can come together, they should have win. Instead of unite together to fight Tinubu, they scatter to fight Tinubu, and now they are now started blaming the judiciary. Why? Let us talk the facts. It's not real.
Okay.
It's not real.
All right. Thank you so much for that contribution.
You know who did the hard work and won the election? Purely. Now you people are started saying judiciary this or that. The time that they started running up and down, where are they? Where are they? Instead to put their house in order to fight a battle, they scatter.
Just repeating.
All right, okay. All right, thank you very much for that contribution.
New PDP 45.
What he's trying to say, Atiku Abubakar, in his speech yesterday, press conference, he said, you may lose the war, or you may lose the battle, but you must win the war. He even quoted his mentor, his leader, General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua. That's what he said. It's normal. These people fought for democracy. You understand? General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua and Atiku, them late Bola Ige, Tunumbu, and many of them fought Beko Ramsam Kuti, many of them, Sule Lamido, Abubakar Rimi, they fought for this democracy. Some sacrificed their life. Yar'Adua died in prison because of this democracy we are today. Abiola died in prison because of this democracy we are today. Many died. You understand? Even journalists died. You understand? Journalists were in prison. Gade Fayomi, Wale Soyinka, Buba Galadima, many has been arrested and jailed because of this democracy we are today. So we will not afford somebody to be truncating our democracy through ballot box or ballot paper. You understand? So let him know that internal party crisis is different from election matters. You understand? Election matters. That is why when the eligibility of Shatima and Tunumbu were struck out, because it has gone to Supreme Court. That's to bring it back to tribunal is like you are wasting the and they were fine. You are wasting the time of the court, and they were fine. You understand? That's understandable. You understand? All the whole Nigeria know that they are not eligible when they contested the election. There is a double nomination. There is a saga of certificate and so on. Date of birth, and so on. We are all aware of this, but it went up to Supreme Court. So if the appeal court nullify it, that's different. You understand? The internal party crisis has been there. Even in APC, it has been there. Had it been Tunumbu that lost this election, he will still go to court and he will do the same thing that Atiku and Obi are doing. So what is he saying? These are the issues. You understand? The judiciary need to be overhauled, restructured, and reformed. We have seen 2 chief justices of the federation were removed based on some say politically motivated, some say corruption. You understand? And what the government and the security agencies brought to the journalists and Nigerians is corruption. You understand? But those who are inside are saying that no, it's politically motivated. So when you cage judiciary, a common man will never see justice. You understand? And if you look at these judges, how on earth somebody will sit for 13 good hours, 13 good hours,
so exhausting,
reading.
But then that is how it happens. But then
if you notice the way Justice Sani was staggering to read his own judgment, he was staggering, smattering, and it's like it's not his own judgment. Maybe it was doctored as some claimed. You understand? So
all right.
we have been seeing this, and we can't continue like this. Nigeria need to change. We have to reform our electoral process and judiciary.
Okay, all
those
right.
are the key things in election, in democracy.
Okay, in democracy.
You understand? Because democracy is all about election process. To produce a good leader.
Good leader. All right. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Habib Gajo. That's all we'll be able to take for today. And I can still see that we have callers. I'm sure they are, of course, interested in the conversation. But then my producers are on my neck. And right now, if I do not end the show, they are going to take us off air. That's if they've not done that already. All right. Thank you very much, Habib Gajo. I'm sure you will join us on one of our political programs, of course, to analyze this and talk about it in depth.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Viewers at home, this is where we wrap it up for the press for this morning. Not just this morning, this week. And I remain Messi Babajide. See you same time, same station next week. Bye.